We pull the line out. In the last fourth. After the last stitch of the 5th row is finished, let's hook a puller in the next stitch. Wear it in, hook it out. Hook directly over the loop on the crochet needle. Then, tighten this drawn coil here. Cut long, stay long, cut off the end of the thread. Then take it and sew it to the little dinosaur above the main body. What about us now? The tail is hooked. What about the tail? We're also going to stuff a little bit of stuffing. What about this bit of stuffing carton? Let's rub it. Rub it and put it in. Take a look, and that's about it. Then we hook that spine. Tick this one. Take out dark. Is better than. Take out the main body color a little darker. Then we come. Hook the back and then what? For the spine, we have 22 lock stitches. Just like before, let's leave a piece of thread. It's just for convenience, and it will be stitched later. Because he didn't. He can help it. This one on the back hides the thread ends. He won't look good if he hides like this, so we'll just sew it to the is inside the subject. Then we will. Be sure to leave the end of the thread longer in this place. "22 locking stitches. 1234. Lock stitch or slip knot. Then tick 6789 like this. "10111 to 1314. "15161718191 to 2122. Well, this way, a lock pin is hooked up. What about the lock stitch method? We were actually hooking. I said it when I handed it. If the hands are crochet, there are 4 lock stitches. Then our side is 22 locking pins. After 22 lock stitches, hook in the 3rd last stitch. In general, we'll all crochet in the penultimate stitch. But hear the words. We're going to crochet in the 3rd last stitch. Then let's take one and count the needles. Everyone, look at this lock pin in my hand. Penultimate stitch. Well, this is the loop on the crochet hook. We can't count a stitch. So we're crocheting this one down here. A V here. It is the penultimate stitch. Penultimate stitch. Penultimate stitch. Then let's pick this needle here again. The penultimate stitch is to pick this. Pick a half needle and thread it in here. Then we are in this needle. Let's tick. Hook a short needle. The last is said to hook a lock pin. A short needle. After the short stitch, we need to crochet a long stitch. In the next stitch, this needle is ticked. Then in the next needle, the long needle is wrapped around the crochet hook. come up from below. After wrapping a thread around the crochet hook, let's go through this needle again. After winding the thread, pass it to this needle nest. Hook out. Then crochet 3 loops. Let's hook the line and take 2. Hook the line and take 2 more. Okay, let's make another short stitch. Short needle, long needle, short needle. Just 1. Radian. Up and down like this. Then hook a puller pin here. Inside this needle. Wait a minute. Inside this needle. Hook out. Straight through the loops on the crochet hook. Tension. Then we have to tick 3 groups of the same. It's inside the brackets. Illustrate the combination in parentheses. Tick 3 times. Short needle. Then 3 extra stitches for long stitches. There are 3 long stitches in the next stitch. It's FW. 1 stitch. Winding. It's still in the eye of the long crochet needle. Then hook a long needle. Then it's still in this needle. Hook the 3rd long needle. Good. After the 3 long stitches are hooked, we hook a short stitch. The short needle is what we just set up and down. Then we come down to tick the next stitch. Hook a short stitch in the next stitch. Then in the next needle. Hook a needle. Hook the line directly through the loop on the hook needle. Well, that's a group. In this case, a group. Then we are. Well, on the diagram, we wrote 3. Then after the parentheses is HMM. That's what's in the brackets. A group of combinations. Then we now have to groups. Then we have to tick 2 groups. A short needle. Then 3 long stitches in 1 stitch 1. Two. 3. Next a short stitch. A pin. Well, if this is the case, the second group is ticked. Then we hook the 3rd group. A short needle. 3 long needles in the same eye. 1. 2. Miyoshi is still a short needle next. Last stitch. In this case, we will hook up 3 groups. After the 3 groups are hooked up, a last paragraph and the first paragraph. The last paragraph is the same as the first paragraph. Then we have a short stitch in the last paragraph. A long needle. Then another short stitch. Last 1 needle. When the hook line comes out, hook 3 lines directly. Do not hook directly over the loop on the crochet needle. Wrong. Then after we tick this paragraph, we also want to make this paragraph longer because we've been sewing from. It's from the tail to the top of the head. Let's leave this thread long. Then we are. Hook back. After hooking it up, we put it. Turn over here a little bit. He will be more positive. It won't just shrink inside like this. Then we take the subject. Take out the needle. Then take out the tail. First we need to sew the tail. Don't do the facial expressions first because with the tail, we are separate entities. Directly sew on. Just find a good place and sew it on. If you do the front first, the tail will be more difficult. It is necessary to find the position in the middle of him to sew. Let's see where the tail is sewn. Probably this place where we put the wired head of the tail. It's just that some of those stitches are placed underneath. Put it below. Just find anywhere. Probably at the bottom. Come up about this place. Then let me count here 1 to 3 for 5, 6, 7. Probably 7 to 8 here. The bottom is here from 7 to 8. Take a look. Plug it up, listen to the window, plug it up.